Hi everyone and welcome to this Vinyasa yoga class. So this class is for beginners. So for those of you who just started your yoga journey, who are maybe a little bit too shy to go to a studio and just want to practice at home. All you're gonna need is your mat. You may need a belt. I like to use a yoga strap, but if you don't have one, you can just use a normal belt. So go and get one from your wardrobe. And when you're ready, let's get started. Hey yogis, as a yoga instructor, I clearly need effective, durable and comfortable yoga gear. And I have found that the Manduka brand gives me exactly that. I use every day the yoga mat and the bolster for my Vinyasa and Yin classes. Thanks to my special code Crystal Wellness Yoga, you can benefit for 15% off all your purchases online, or simply use the link in the description below. Thank you. Namaste. Hey everyone, so welcome to this beginner's yoga class. I am Crystal and I'm going to take you through this gentle and lovely Vinyasa flow. So to start with, we're going to start on our mat. Make sure you have your belt handy. So to lie down on your mat, you can bend the knees and just gently roll the spine on the mat. And then bring the knees into the chest, hug your knees. And then just can start by swaying from side to side, gently massaging your lower back and your hips. Don't need to go too far. And then I'd like you to extend the left leg on the mat and extend the right leg toward the ceiling. So if you can hold on to the big toe with index and middle finger of the right hand, do so. If this is not possible, this is where the belt comes in really handy. You're going to place it on the ball of the right foot and hold onto the belt with the right hand. Place the left arm to the left, so extend it to the left. And then you're going to gently let the right leg fall to the right. So keep holding on to the belt. Try to keep both sit bones in contact with the mat. And we're going to let the right leg drop to the side, just letting gravity pull the leg down. So you don't have to do anything. Isn't that great? And maybe the legs will reach the floor. If it doesn't, this doesn't matter. Just keep holding on to the belt. It's very important that you listen to your body at all times. We all have different bodies, so there's no point in comparing yourself with somebody else. And now on your next in-breath, you're going to bring the right leg back. Keep holding on to the belly, and you're going to bring the right leg to the left, but again keeping both sit bone or the lower back in contact with the mat. So you're not going to go very far over to the left, and that's okay. You might just even be quite upright. You might be able to bring it a little bit further to the left. Just let gravity again do the work. And you should feel a nice deep stretch in the IT band on the right side, maybe even in your glute. Lovely. And then bring the right leg back. You're going to remove the belt. And again, bring both knees into the chest. Hug your knees. Let's swap side. So this time, extend the right leg on the mat. Extend the left leg towards the ceiling. Grab hold of your big toe index and middle finger of the left hand if you can. If you can't, grab hold of your belt. Place it on the ball of your left foot. Hold on to the belt with the left hand. Extend the right arm to the right if you want to. And then you're going to let the left leg drop to the left. So breathe. Again, try to keep both sit bones or the lower back in contact with the mat. So if it's easier for you, place the right hand on top of the right hip. And maybe your leg will fall all the way down, and if it doesn't matter. Just breathe. Let's take one more long deep breath. And then on your next in-breath, bring the left leg back towards the center. Keep holding on to the belt with the left hand. And this time let the left leg fall over to the right. But again, keep the lower back fully in contact with the mat. So we can't go very far. It doesn't matter. Just keep holding on to the belt and feel the stretch in the IT band on the left side, maybe in your glute. Just keep breathing. Let's take one more long deep breath. And then on your next in-breath, bring the left leg back, remove the belt, and then again bring both knees into the chest, hug both knees. Sway from side to side. Now place the hands behind your knees and then rock back and forth a few times. So again, we're massaging our back. Just take your time. And then when you're ready, come all the way to seated. And then place the feet behind you, come into tabletop or all four. So in all four, it's very important that your shoulders are above the wrist and the hips above the knees. Make sure to spread the fingers apart. Very important. And now you're going to bring the chest forward and then come backwards. So we're just moving back and forth. Putting some weight on the wrist. It's a way to warm them up. It's very important when you go to a yoga class, when you practice, that you warm up your body for deeper, more complex poses, which we call asana in Sanskrit. And then come back to center. Now move the hips over to the right and then move them forward and then to the left and then back. So we're just making a circle with the hips. They can be small, they can be big. It's up to you. Listen to your body and what it needs. And once you've done 5 circles in one direction, we're going to do the same in the opposite direction. So this time we move the hips to the left, forward, right and back. So in yoga, it's very important that we do the same sequence on both sides. We want to bring balance in our body. So it's a great way to really, if you feel you're stronger on one side, practice yoga. It will help you really balance both sides of the body. Now back into tabletop or in the center with the shoulders above the wrist, the hips above the knees. You're going to breathe in and then arch the spine as much as you can. Bring the belly closer to the mat and then look up in your cow pose. And then when you breathe out, you're going to push with the hands and the knees to round the spine as much as you can. And again, breathe in cow. And breathe out cat. We're going to do it one more time. Also in yoga, it's very important that you move with your breath, especially in a Vinyasa class. Vinyasa means exactly that, means moving with your breath. Now, back in neutral, we're going to come and sit on the mat. So you can face the long side of your mat if you want, or sit at the front of your mat, it doesn't matter. And you're going to open the legs as wide as you can. So again, if your legs are just open like this, it's fine. Just, as I said, we all have different bodies. And then you're going to, if you can, activate the legs. So flex the feet, push the calf and the thighs against the mat. It's just one way to make it a little bit more challenging. If it's already enough for you, if you need to keep the knees bent as well, please do so. It's absolutely not an issue. Place the hands in front of you. You breathe in, extend the spine, so lift the head towards the ceiling. As you breathe out, you walk the hands away from you, in front of you, but keep a nice straight spine. So again, you might just go as far as this, and if that's all you can achieve, that's enough. Remember, listen to your body. Don't compare yourself. And on each in-breath, extend the spine. On each out-breath, just maybe you can walk the fingers a few millimeters further away from you. But remember, keep the chest open, bring the shoulder blades together. That's more important in this pose. So this is a wide-legged forward fold. Let's take one more long deep breath. Excellent. Now on your next in-breath, walk the hands back towards you to lift the chest up. Bend the left knee and place the left foot against the right thigh. And then you're going to bring the chest to face the right leg. It's very important. On your in-breath, next in-breath, lift the arms up. As you breathe out, you're going to fall forward over the right leg. So this time you can round the spine and hold on to the right leg. So maybe at the thigh, the knee, the calf, the ankle. And it doesn't matter if you're just there or if you're already nose on the knee. Remember, it doesn't matter, but again, we're going to use our breath to help us get into the pose. So breathe in, extend, you lift and extend the spine. As you breathe out, you round a little bit more and you try to bring the belly a little bit closer to the thigh. Two more long deep breaths. And then let go of the leg, walk the hands back towards you to push against the mat and lift the chest up. We're going to go straight onto the other side. Remember, we always have two sides to work with. So this time extend the right leg to the right, bend the left knee, place the left foot against the right thigh, bring the chest to face the left leg. Breathe in, extend the arms up. As you breathe out, fall forward over the left leg. Round the spine, hold on to the left leg wherever you want. And breathe in, extend. Breathe out, fold further forward. Use your breath. One more time. Nice job. Let go of the leg. On your next in-breath, walk the hands back towards you to lift the chest up. And now you're going to extend both legs in front of you to come into staff pose. So the legs are extended, the spine is straight, the chest is open. Just place the hands on either side of your leg. If you can, activate the legs and push the thighs against the mat. And on each in-breath, try to push the sit bones towards the mat and elevate the crown or the top of your head towards the ceiling. Let's take one more long deep breath. And now you're going to bend the knees. And then again, bring the sole of the feet together so they meet. And let the knees drop to the side. So I'm going to show you facing the camera. This is how I am. So you can bring the feet as close or as far as you want. Depends on what's comfortable for you. And then try to hold on to the big toe or the ankles, whatever is comfortable for you, with the fingers of the hands. Otherwise, hold on to the ankles. And then breathe in, extend the spine. As you breathe out, you're going to pull forward, but keep a straight spine this time. So lead from the heart, push the chest forward. Let's do 2 more long deep breaths. And now let go of the toes or the ankles, lift the chest back up. And you're going to place the hands behind you and place both feet flat on the mat, and then lift the sit bone by pushing with the hands. Open the knees quite wide. The feet are pointing towards the corner of the room. So you can lower the sit bones between the heels. Bring the hands in the position of prayer, so the palm of the hands is together in front of the heart. If this is not possible and you need to stay on the ball of the feet, that's okay as well. Okay, it doesn't matter. As long as you keep a nice straight spine, look forward. So this is your yogi squat on Malasana in Sanskrit. This is really great to open the hips. And then now release the hands in front of you. So place them on the mat if you can. And then you're going to slowly lift the sit bones towards the ceiling to come into a forward fold. And then bring the feet closer together so they're in line with the hips. Grab hold of opposite elbows with your hands and then release the neck. You can bend the knees, rest the belly on the thighs, nothing for you to do, just letting gravity pull you down. And this is a ragdoll pose. This is great to stretch the entire back of your body. And again, you've got nothing to do. That's great. We love these yoga poses. Let's take 2 more long deep breaths. And now release the hands on the mat. You're going to keep the knees bent, and then you're going to slowly roll up towards the ceiling, 1 vertebra at a time. It's very important you take your time, especially if you suffer with low blood pressure. Yeah. Nice job. So come at the front of your mat, keep the feet hip distance apart. Coming into mountain pose. So in mountain pose, the weight of your body is in your heels, the legs are engaged, so the kneecap are lifted. Tilt the tailbone under, bring the belly closer to the spine, engaging the core. Arms by your side, palm of the hands facing forward. Head on top of the heart, heart on top of the pelvis. Breathe in, raise your arms up. You can look at the ceiling if it's okay with your neck. And as you breathe out, fall forward, open the arms to the side in swan dive. So the hands may be on the mat or towards the mat, release the neck. And then come into a halfway lift. So halfway lift, place the hands on the shin, on the knees to bring the chest parallel to the floor. Look straight down. We want the neck in line with the spine. And then release the hands again towards the mat or on the mat. Bend the knees. And then again roll all the way into standing. 1 vertebra at a time. Raise the arms above your head. Palms to touch. And then lower the palm slowly in front of you until they arrive in front of your heart in Namaste. And breathe in, raise your arms up. fall forward, so swan dive, open the arms to the side, take your time, release the neck. Come into a halfway lift again, so hands on the shin, on the knees. It's probably a really good idea to practice this pose in front of the mirror so you can see where your hands need to be so your chest is parallel to the floor. And once you know, just always remember to place the hands exactly in the same place. And then release again the hands towards the mat, bend the knees, and then again roll all the way up. Bring the arms above your head, palms to touch. Lower the palms in front of your heart in Namaste. We're going to do it one more time. Breathe in, raise your arms up. Fall forward, hands on the mat. Halfway lift. Hands on the mat, bend the knees. Roll all the way up. Bring the arms above your head. Look at your hands if you want to. Bring the palms together. Lower the palms in front of your heart in Namaste. Well done. So next pose. Raise your arms up and then bend the knees and then bring the chest forward and down in your chair pose. This is really good to work the thighs. The arms as well, because the arms are extended, they are on either side of your head. So they need to be quite high up. And you need to make sure you can see your toes. So look down quickly, and then again look forward and down. Once you know your toes or your feet are in the right place. And now release the hands on the mat, so come into a forward fold. Again, halfway lift. And now, the favorite pose, downward dog. So step the right foot back, step the left foot back, and you're going to create a V shape with your body. Make sure the hands are in line with the wrist, the fingers are spread. Look beyond you, the back of your mat. Lift the sit bone as high as you can, push the heels towards the mat. And take some nice deep breaths. This is probably the most famous pose in yoga, and it's an awesome pose. Not only you work your muscle, but you also stretch the entire back of your body. So it's probably not easy if you're really a beginner, first timer. This is quite demanding already, especially on your arms and on your legs. It's important you keep pushing with the hands against the mat and you keep pushing the heels towards the mat. The weight should be the same on the arms and on the legs. You shouldn't feel more of your body weight on the arms or the legs. It's spread evenly. Nice. Bring the feet together, big toes touching. And then I want you to lift the right leg up. So that might be challenging. That means there's more weight on the arms this time. And then bend the right knee, roll forward. And then you're going to bring the right foot next to the right hand. If you need to use your hand, please do so. You can use your hand and bring the right foot forward. Lower the left knee down. And you can slide it back. Lift the chest up. And you can stay on your fingertips. Make sure the front knee is on top of your ankle. And if you want, you can lift the arms up in low lunge. So this is, again, a great pose to stretch the front of the hip. And breathe. One more long deep breath. You're doing great. Place the hands on the mat. And now you're going to tuck the left toes under and lift the left knee off the mat. As if you were ready to run into a runner's lunge. You're going to shift, bring the left foot a little bit more forward. Bend the left knee and then shift your weight onto the back leg to roll the spine up. Keep the front knee bent and then extend the arms towards the ceiling. This is high lunge. This is already a nice pose to work on the legs. Make sure again the front knee is on top of your ankle. Nice. Let's take one more long deep breath. Now release the hands on the mat. So again, you're framing the front foot. And you're going to release the left knee on the mat and then come back into your tabletop. From here, lower the chest down on one move. So keep the elbows as close to the rib cage as you can, so as if you were doing a push-up. I know this is difficult. All the way down. The hands are underneath the shoulder. Push the hand, lift into mini cobra. So just the head and the chest come off the mat, look forward. Release the head, forehead on the mat. Push back onto all four. Now tuck the toes under, lift the sit bones, come back in downward dog. Yes, lovely. Step to the front of your mat. Take your time. Come into a halfway lift. Hands on the shin, on the knees. Then release the hands again on the mat. Bend the knees. And then gently roll all the way up. Bring the arms above your head. The palms come in touch and then lower the hands in front of your heart in Namaste. Well done, let's do the other side. Lift the arms up and then come into your chair pose. So bending the knees, bring the chest down and forward. The arms are extended on either side of your head. Make sure you can see your toes and again look forward and down. See if you can lower a little bit more. Nice. Release the hands on the mat. Halfway left. Hands on the mat, step into downward dog. So step the left foot forward, then step the right foot forward. Make that V shape. Make sure the hands are in line with the wrist, fingers spread. Look beyond your mat, push the heels towards the mat. Oh, this is already good exercise. Especially if you're not used to doing this pose. Take your time. And then bring the feet together, big toes touching, lift the left leg up. Don't worry as how high it goes. And then bend the left knee, you're gonna roll forward, bring the shoulders above the wrist, and then step the left foot next to the left hand. Use your left hand again if you need to. Drop the right knee on the mat. You can slide it back. Lift the chest up, extend the arms towards the ceiling in a low lunge. Remember the front knee is on top of your ankle. Push the hips forward. And now enjoy the stretch in front of the right hip. Nice. One more long deep breath. Now release the hands on the mat. Tuck the right toes under and then lift the right knee off the mat into runner's lunge. Now maybe bring the right foot a little bit forward. Knee bend. Bring the weight of your body on the back leg and then roll into a high lunge. Extend the arms toward the ceiling. Front knee on top of your ankle, arms extended. Lovely. Everything is facing forward. And now release the hands on the mat. Release the right knee on the mat. Come back into tabletop, so bring the left knee back. And then lower your chest in one move. And push the hands, lift into mini cobra. Release the forehead on the mat, push back into all four, tuck the toes under, both feet, lift back up in downward dog. Step to the front of your mat, keeping the feet hip distance apart. Halfway lift, hands towards the mat, bend the knees, and then roll all the way into standing. Lovely job. Bring the arms above your head, palms to touch, lower the palms in front of your heart in Namaste. Nice one. Now we're going to come and sit on the mat. Again, keep the knees bent, hip distance apart, roll on your back. Just make sure you can scrape the heels of your feet with the fingers. The arms alongside the body, palms facing down. Breathe in, tuck the tailbone under, push with the feet and then lift the hips off the mat to come into bridge pose. This is an excellent pose to strengthen the glutes, the hips, the legs, the lower back. I love it. So you need to keep pushing the feet and keep the hips lifted. Keep breathing. Let's do one more long deep breath. And now release the spine one vertebra at a time on the mat. Place the right ankle on top of the left knee, as if we're creating a 4, number 4, with our legs. Bring the arms between the legs and grab hold of the left thigh or the left shin with both hands, and then pull the left knee towards you. So really you're creating a 4 with your legs, and this is also called supine pigeon pose. So pigeon, as you know, or you may not know, is a very famous pose in yoga. It's a great one again to stretch the hips. And then you're going to release and then do the same on the other side. So the left ankle comes straight on top of the right knee. Place the hands between the legs. So the right hand is on the right of the right leg and the left hand on the left of the right leg. So between, grab hold of the right thigh of the left shin, interlace the fingers and then pull the right knee towards your chest. And you should feel a really nice stretch in the hips, on the left hip, the IT band, the glute. The glute being the buttocks muscle, the big one, called gluteus maximus. Yes. Let's take one more long deep breath in this pose. And now release. And it's extremely important now, we're going to finish with Shavasana or corpse pose. It's very important to finish every single yoga class in this pose. It's really the key pose in yoga, the one we need to master. And as it says, corpse pose means we completely release any tension, muscle tension, but also mental tension. So try to not think of anything. Keep your mind empty. And it's really key you practice this pose because it allows your body to integrate the practice you've just done. completely relax. Remember, Shavasana is part of your practice. If you wanted to stay longer in this pose, then maybe you can pause this video or just stop it there. And for the rest of you, just roll onto the right side and use your hands as a pillow. Coming into a fetal pose. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, use the left arm to push yourself back up into a seated position of your choice. You can keep your eyes closed. Come into a cross-legged position or sit on your heels, whatever is comfortable for you. And then bring your hands in prayer, thumbs in front of your heart. Thank you, self, for practicing today, for looking after your well-being, physical and mental. I hope you enjoyed this beginner's class. If you want more of them, please let me know. This is a nice, gentle flow which you can practice at home anytime you want. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel, and see you again very soon. Namaste.